I think I'll give you guys a sense of like the type of things I'm into. And specifically this mix that I made is one of those that is like compilation music that got me through some of the hardest times and the best times. So yeah, that's me. So Fruity Loops. All right, this is funny because I was actually, I had internet and now I'm like downloading music. I'm just getting into like the design side of skateboarding, and I'm like, man, I want to make skateboards. I'm like kind of being creative, and I'm realizing that you can be creative on the computer. And I'm wondering, how do people do that? And I also want to make music. I'm obsessed with music, so I want to make music. I'm getting into photography. It's like 15, 16-year-old trying to discover your interests. And there was a program called Fruityloops, which was kind of like the main music DAW software. So I downloaded that. I was not good at making music as fast as I was at Photoshop. So I got a cracked version of Photoshop, and do you guys remember going on LimeWire and downloading a program? You had to also download the key generator, and then you had to enter the key gen into like, so I did all that, and I got what I think was Photoshop 5 at the time, and this was my first, program. So I got good at this super fast, and I kind of put the music software aside, and I was like, all right, we're gonna start making graphics. And here's some of the earliest, like, first graphics I made. So I would dig in the dollar bins at Amoeba Records, which was in LA, and I'd kind of be attracted to these, I don't know what, they were so mass produced in the 70s, 60s and 70s and 80s, but artists like Hypnosis, which like legendary seminal music designers and creative directors, their records would just be in like mass there for $1. And I'd dig through the dollar bins and find the most rad inspiration. And I would take that inspiration and like scan it, photograph it, chop it, and screw it. So this is actually comprised of a few things, like the hand from this MC Escher, the Jean-Michel Jarre skull, and me learning how to do Photoshop layers and then shadowing, and all the little other orbs in orbit are from other MC Escher pieces that I found on Google Images, and just kind of learning how to get into graphics. And again, skateboarding got me into like the community with certain people that worked in the industry. Putting my work up on MySpace got me, people would send me DMs like, hey, do a graphic for us, and I did. It was really awesome. So this is one of those dollar bin works of art where I took this Bob Seger like type, and then that hand is actually my hand. I shot it on my Motorola Razr. And I don't even remember how I got it onto the computer. I think you had to plug in a USB, and then you had to right click and then open your phone as like a folder. And if you touch the wrong thing, your phone's done, like it's not working. But I figured out like how to do that. And dude, hands everywhere, huh? All hands. I don't know what that. I gotta talk to my psychiatrist. But yeah, so this is like another thing. I worked for Obey on like a few graphics. They're like really good buddies, my mentors at the time. And also the brand is like, it's a different brand now, but in 2004 or 5 it was different energy. And this is a Campari poster that was actually in my. This is a little bit later. I was 18, but this is in my hallway of a room I rented. This weird house with some DJs. So they had this Campari poster, and I got that from that, and then the Broadcast Ha Sound, which is one of my top 5 albums, is all the cubes and stuff like that. Yeah, and some more collaging. This is like a handmade one where I'm chopping up like Helmut Newton photo, pills from an old like library catalog about pharmaceuticals, Donald Judd sculpture, Super Studio floor, and then some skies and stuff from random National Geographics. But you can kind of see where my style is about assemblage in a lot of ways, and it kind of describes me as a person as well. I think that I like to describe myself as all the little bits and pieces that like advice and information. Sorry guys. Advice and information and all the things I've learned along the way, I'm an accumulation of all that stuff. And I think my work is too. It's just like the peripheral of all the vast things that are in your mind, and you can put them together in a lot of ways. And I attribute my work as well. Like I really see my process like sampling and chopping and screwing a lot, like making beats, like Mad Liver Dilla. So collage is kind of a way I like to work.